What I'm about to reveal today will change everything when it comes to work productivity. We made it. We've built an end-to-end productivity suite for professionals to ensure that you will max out your productivity at work. That's a bold statement. Since 2018, we've been working towards this big release. And it's all based on our ICOR methodology, and you will see how powerful this is. Let's dive right in. So our existing members and those of you who signed up to the ICOR Journey Starter Kit know already that we have an app called myICOR. And this was always separate from our membership. And this made it cumbersome. You had some courses and communication inside this mighty network platform and then our custom-made app. And with our new version 2.0, we bring everything to a whole new level, consolidate it into one single experience. That's nowhere else out there, as it's all custom made for our community based on nearly a decade of feedback from members and evolving this over time. And this is what you see here. And bear with me, this is work in progress. We will enter the beta phase of this application on December the 2nd. And up to this point, we keep lifetime access at the lowest price ever. We will increase the price by over 100% December 2nd. So if you want to join now, this is the moment, because as what we have here will give you return on investment that's priceless. And we offer the lifetime access because this tool will provide you lifetime support when it comes to your professional success. So what is this all about? Those who don't know the ICOR methodology, ICOR defines a productivity system end to end. What I'm showing here is overkill for students. It's really for professionals who want to level up their business and climb the ladder in career by becoming much more efficient with their time. The ICOR journey consists of 5 courses that you're going through to really cover productivity system end to end. And this is where the application already really shines. As we now can just simply click, we instantly go into the course lesson. We see the video, we see the magic slide that you can view full, you can download the PDF, you have the lesson summary, and you have the growth assignments, and that's new. We had a system check before, which is what many people have, like a simple survey. But here, per lesson, which represents one of the over 50 concepts and workflows in ICOR, each has its own growth assignment. This is the huge step forward in how we deliver ICOR, because now you're not only consuming information, as you might know from many other courses, and then forget about it and never implement it. Here, you will actually implement things, and that's where the growth assignments come in. And here you always have 3 answers that you can give per question. Let's have a look at this example. Can you clearly distinguish between a note, information, and a task action? Always clear, and then you get a best practice answer. If you say usually clear, it gives you always prompts that gives you the information that you need to move forwards. This distinction is foundational. The lesson will show you why separating information from action changes everything. So this means by watching this and consuming the content, you will understand this, and this is how you improve things. But as you already see, you can now take notes too. So per question, I have thoughts about this. Okay, so when you switch the question, you have different reflections that are private to you that you can take to understand better what's going on. And obviously, they are not just hidden there. Those will be available then in a centralized note-taking system that I show you in a moment. You also can hear on this lesson, while watching the video, you can take your notes along the way. So you really get the insights that are useful for your specific use case, your business, your team, what you want to improve. But it goes beyond that, because we love the community aspect of the paperless movement, and that is so powerful. People who are further into ICOR know maybe already a lot more, and that's where the conversation becomes really critical here, that you can now comment directly on the course, and then you have the threads where we answer, and you can mention other people, and you can then click on this and open their profile card, and this shows their tool stack. So let's go back and click on my profile, and now you see my whole tool stack and all the things that I use. You see my common community aspects. You see all the tools that I use. You can click on those tools and see all the insights of the tools and add it to your own tool stack, but you also see how the whole community is using that tool. This goes down rabbit holes, people, where you can really decide what tool works best for you, because at the end of the day, it's all about the tools and productivity, but we are coming from a different direction. We first understand the tool agnostic approach to productivity, so you have the right foundation to pick the perfect tools that work best for your use case. And now you see what others are using the tools for and the pros and cons for these tools, so you can really make informed decisions. As I said, the conversation is really key. So we have a lot of conversation. Paco, our co-founder, and me are personally in there to help you. So now for all our ICOR Like a Pro courses, you have instant access to all the videos, magic slides, lesson summary, the growth assignments, and the additional resources. And that is a whole new thing, because all our over 400 videos, articles, and podcast episodes are inside the myICOR app, and everything inside the myICOR app is interconnected. So this means it will list you in the future a lot more things that are really relevant to yourself. You see, for example, also another interconnection here, your related tools. There's Heptabase showing up. Just because I placed Heptabase in my tool stack, it understands automatically that I placed it in PKM. This concept is related to PKM, and therefore I have Heptabase showing up. The other way around too. If you're in Heptabase, you see then the concepts. But here the learning resources, okay? So it suggests things to show. What is a node? Let's click there and boom, this is our new experience to consume our content. You have the whole blog post here. You have the video instantly to watch. You have, again, a discussion that is always related to this specific piece of resource that you're watching right here. And you can take notes based on this content. And therefore it is connected to this. You can go into full screen mode. You can like it to show and save it actually in your liked section. You can really consume it this way. Then when you unfold this, here you will get related content represented. So if you think this was useful, you can click here and see now relevant content like this, but also the articles, and talking about Paco's articles. Those who read Paco's articles know that they are very comprehensive. So we wanted to level up the whole reading experience of the articles. So when you go into the article, you have a navigation that goes through the article headers from Paco's articles. Again, you have the discussion where you can discuss the article. You can have notes. You can increase font size, but you can go now in full screen mode and have distraction-free reading, including for those who really like a light mode to read. What's also coming is text to speech. I love Paco's articles, but I rather want to listen them while I'm driving in my car. So this is what we have here. And again, you have then here all the relevant content coming in. So you see already there's a lot to unpack, and you see all the engagements too. So we see the viewer counts, the likes, and the discussions on these contents and so on too. And depending on what you're consuming and what notes you take on these things, you will really personalize your whole productivity system needs and really get presented the things that really matter just to you. The same applies for tools. Let's go to the myICOR framework. Those who follow us for a while know already about this, as this is in the myICOR app version 1 available already. And that's where you can lay out your tool stack on our ICOR framework to represent the 4 areas of a productivity system: personal knowledge management, personal project management, business project management, and business knowledge management. And by simply drag and dropping the tools into here, you will tell the system that you're using the tool for these categories. And this goes a long way, because by doing this, it knows what secondary categories it should present to you, that you then decide what this tool is used for. But it's all connected to a concept or workflow in ICOR. And therefore, it's cross-connected. Here, you get the learning resources that are relevant. Again, you see the community use cases, and there will be also a discussion box where you can discuss just the tool itself. And by doing this and filling out the fields like, you know, your monthly cost, your pros and cons, how much you integrated it, connecting it visually shows you the connection with other tools. You can click here, see then the connections there, and so on. Again, you can leverage it then by going to your tool stack insights. And this gives you now the insights of your overall tool stack. And look at this, I'm spending $839 per month just for productivity tools. They are 100% justified. But if you complain that, oh, I'm having too many subscriptions and so on, well, this will help you. It will identify the tools that you use because you just simply list them out and then make you realize what you really need and kill the rest. So by clicking here, you get the details. You see the insights, what I'm spending on core applications, satellite applications, utility apps. You see the distribution here. That goes a long way. Then we see also the tool inventory. It shows you here the different devices that you're using, on what tools you're using on there, the different connections between the tools, the health of your productivity system, because you see ecosystem coverage means how much is covered of a productivity system end to end based on the core concepts and workflows of ICOR. So this means I have tools that cover actually shallow thinking, deep thinking, inner world, but there are gaps. So I can filter and just see the gaps that I might need to fill in or not with tools that are missing in here. Then it's really important to going through this and answering. You don't stop, because now once you went through the ICOR journey once, you know the state, not only the knowledge, but how well implemented ICOR is in your productivity system. And again, this goes a long way, because if we go now to the dashboard, it shows you not only the tool stack that you have and how it's covered, but also the learning progress, and it gives you recommendations what to focus on next based on the answers that you gave. So when I click here, it opens up the relevant workflow that I need, and then I can just simply start looking into this. This is, I mean, you see, I'm talking already a lot here, and we still have so much to unpack from this application that we are launching to our community. I cannot wait, because I love using it myself. Paco and I, we constantly keep improving our own productivity systems, and we will use this app as much as you will do. And this is where it all comes together with the community aspects. And we have a proper inbox now, okay? Those who used our previous platform, Mighty Networks, or come from Circle and so on, these out-of-the-box platforms, they don't really understand how efficient inbox handling will go. Okay, so because we need an inbox that allows you to triage into separate inboxes, and therefore we have a later inbox here. So this means we can actually go to a full screen inbox, okay, and there we can process it. And obviously we love keyboard shortcuts. It's there. So I can now click set it, and I can say I want to be reminded of this tomorrow, and boom, empty inbox, and here are the notifications. But what notifications? Well, the mentions. If anyone mentions Paco or me, we will use this to process through all the requests, all the questions that our members have, and work them one by one. And with a click of a button, it opens up the relevant place, goes to the discussion and shows me this. And now I can say, hey Sarah, this is great. And obviously we always give comprehensive answers, but now everything is inside the thread and it has deep linking. So if you want to use your note-taking app and you want to take notes externally, here's the link. Paste it in your note-taking app and you keep reference of this, and you have always context to what you use there. So there is a lot going into this application that we appreciate from the good productivity tools out there. The inbox handling, but also the search. You know it from other tools. Hit Command K or click on top and you have a search field, and you can increase the sizing. So I show you what this is all about. This will allow you to search, for example, Heptabase, okay? Boom, I see now Heptabase. I see instantly any resources that I can click and consume, discuss, or take notes on. You see the recent searches. So you see just out of the box, it already will give you, when we open up doors December the 1st, to our beta access, which will last just 1 month, because the full version will go live in January. But it doesn't matter. You get instant access to this if you join us in December 1st, or you're already a member. But make sure to secure your lifetime access, because this will go away and it will never get that cheap again. You can see already what we are unfolding here, because this will answer any question. It will support you with any use case that you might face, no matter the industry, the company, the team size, your specific job title. It doesn't matter. it will support you. And this will be a whole new social media experience, if you will. So because I can search for people and then I open it up and I see, the industry. I have context. I see the tools they're using. We will have also social engagement. So you can actually then like the tool stacks of other people. And then we have a ranking of the tool stacks and so on. Here we end up in the members directory. There's filters where you can filter by people's industries and say, okay, show me the people from consulting, open it up. And there we go, another tool stack. Here you see the liked resources, community engagement, the commenting and so on there too. Obviously, the notes that you take, they are private to you. But there's one more thing. It is our new myICOR coach. So obviously we had to implement AI too, but not only just give you a ChatGPT experience, but leveraging the whole ICOR knowledge combined with an understanding of your tool stack, your status in your courses, the notes that you have taken, the comments, the community aspects, the resources that we have, right? So now we can create a new chat. I show you live how this works, okay? What do you think about Notion versus Heptabase? And this is not going online and searching Perplexity or Google or anything like that. No, it is just leveraging all the content that we produce in over 7 years, the ICOR Journey book, all the knowledge that we have and the knowledge that you provided inside by placing your tools, by taking your notes and all the things. So you see, this is not just giving you an answer, it gives you interactive answers. You're using Heptabase for both deep thinking and quick capture with a focus on visual linking and building your MyLife concept. You're also capturing third-party content with Reader and have strong integration across your toolstack. You haven't listed Notion in your toolstack, suggesting your... So now it gives you the recommendation, perfect for thought labs. These are all concepts and they will be clickable too, but it's coming up here. So I can click on this and it opens up the concept right in there. So these will be populated, of course, with the version that you will be able to access. But you see instant access to the tools. Boom, I see information. This is not just giving you a simple answer, and this will go a long way. I already said one more thing, but there is even 3 more things that we really need to cover in this video. Okay, so which one do I will take first? Well, let's do the ICOR certification. The ICOR certification is something people were asking for, where you now get an official certification that you understand and integrated ICOR as a professional. So this means by going through this, answering the growth assignments, you having this ICOR alignment score. So depending on how many answers you set to yes, this score will increase or decrease. So there's 2 different things. You have the overall course progress that just shows you that you consumed and went through the growth assignments. And then you have the ICOR alignment that allows you to go back and reflect if you improved in these aspects. Once you reach 80% of ICOR alignment across all the courses, which you will always see in here, the overall quality for my testing environment here is right 49%. That's obviously not enough. The ICOR certification, when you click here, you see now the progress. You have to go through the status here. So those will be locked, and then you get started, and then you get pointed into the right tools, because I'm unfolding a lot. So this can become overwhelming. That's why we ensure that you will have a friction-free experience that guides you towards the ICOR certification, that then reflects that you really mastered your productivity system. And we take this really serious, okay? Here, there's a whole other screen showing you then the restrictions and all this. The restrictions are that you have to answer at least 80% of all the questions, which are probably around 50 questions that are real world use cases. Once you answer this by multiple choice, you get the certification. But there will be a time limit. You're not allowed to stop and start later. You need to do this in one go. And if you fail, you can redo the ICOR certification 30 days later. we are really strict about this, because then once you accomplish this, you get a real certification that is official, okay? So you will be then able to download your PDF certificate that generates with your name and the date of completion, that you then can share on LinkedIn or wherever you think you want to show off that you understand and are able to implement the ICOR methodology in your productivity system. And that's something that many people ask for, because first of all, it gives the motivation to work towards something, but it also gives you understanding what's your overall understanding of a productivity system. It's not that you have to learn, buzzwords and things like that. ICOR is based on all the things that surround you every day in your life anyway. And we just define what it is and give you a comprehensive understanding how everything is interconnected. And therefore our myICOR app obviously interconnects everything too. This is a huge thing for us, the ICOR certification. But there's another thing. It is the live events, okay? We had to bring this over too. And there is now, this is just an early version, but the functionality is there that I want to show you. So here we will have our live streams, and we have chat there too. And this chat goes much further than the typical chat we had previously, because if you use all the different external tools, context is lost. We had nice chat conversations, people engaged. And this is something that was really painful, that if these chats disappeared. Yes, you can download a chat transcripts, but so what? How is it helpful? Here, you can now go back into these sessions. If you missed the live stream, you will be able to instantly access the recording as it is and see the whole conversation that was going on there, and click on it. While you're in the chat, there's somebody coming up and says something smart. You can open up and see then more details about this person, what tools they're using, the resources they liked, and the community engagement and the comments that they shared so far. Again, no private notes will be shared in any of these places. And then we see always the status of these people too. So in my opinion, this goes really a long way. And I cannot wait to launch this. But now there is really the one more thing, okay? You saw it maybe already on the side panel. It's called My Work Streams. Again, it's something that our members were hoping for to come at some point. And here it is. Those who follow us know that we use Miro to lay out the work streams, to explain things to our members and all these things. When we say you need to map out your business processes and then tell you, well, you can use Miro in order to do that. And then you have to get into a tool and learn this tool. And it's very overwhelming for many of our professionals. That's what we learned again during the coaching, okay? They really were intrigued to lay out their business process maps. But then they had to go through a whole course to understand the tool properly, to then start leveraging it. And we need to remove all this friction so you can instantly focus on what really matters. So here's an example for video production that I played around with. Okay, this is how this looks like. And then you also have the responsibilities here. Those who follow the ICOR methodology know that we have a simplified work stream first, and then we decide who is working on what. But it again shows you everything relevant. Okay, so I can click here, I see the details, and let's add a new process step to show you all the things that we can do in here. So let's say I need to have video uploading, okay? And this is a process step that we need to do. We can have a brief description here. It's not necessary, but I can select manual or automated. So if the uploading process is automated, now I can add an automation process immediately, but I keep it manual right now. And I can say a team member is doing this. And well, the future outlook, you can guess it, you will be able to select your team members here. So you can actually build proper process mapping. And then I can decide, is it AI empowered or not? Automation is not the same as AI. And I think that's again another crucial thing to understand, because AI is like a team member helping me. So if I need to upload a YouTube description, for example, there might be an AI tool, and let's use ChatGPT, for example. See, I can instantly search for them. And again, either it is already in your tool stack, or if it is not in your tool stack, it will get automatically added into the tool inbox just by creating the work stream. And then I can add the software that I'm using for this that has nothing to do with the AI empowerment, obviously. Maybe you update ClickUp in order to see that this is uploaded. And then I have business tools. Maybe you have custom Salesforce or SAP, ERP systems, CRMs. That's where you place them. They have nothing to do with productivity tools. They are really your industry software that you're using. So you can place them here and they will get shown there too. So let's quickly add something and you can add more. Then you can have a time estimate that you have here. And very important, not optional, I think, is a Google Doc or whatever, or a link to a SOP, wherever you have it. Maybe you have it in Notion or whatever. And then I can simply add this here and create a process. And what this does, it adds this here. You see, it's the team. It's AI empowered. That's why we have this glowing thing. We have the AI is ChatGPT. We are using ClickUp. I instantly, at a glance, see what is happening in the process. But then, with a click of a button, I open the relevant SOP, okay? And this is so powerful because now I can share it and I have the single source of truth for this work stream and it's working. And then when I can, and that's what we see many times, once people finish this, they have in all places me, and then they go to responsibilities and now you see this reflected in a different view with swim lanes. Now I can say, well, I'm doing this and this is actually the team doing, not automated. And I can quickly update the flow. And this is what this gives you now here. You have your work streams. But again, and this is the last thing because otherwise it's too many things. When you open up now ClickUp, you see now used in processes, and here are all the processes that we are using this tool in. So now I hope you see how everything comes together that goes beyond your tools. And now let's go to the ICOR tool finder that will actually give you useful information about the tools, because all this information that we have here is not manually curated or getting preference settings from the websites or anything. No, this is based on our community. Right now it's 290 members who already added 478 tools to their tool stacks, and they are all listed here. And you see 102, for example, are using Heptabase. But let's say you need something specific for your use case. And now, of course, as everything is interconnected, I can search for me. And now I see CEO, founder, consulting, 1 to 10 business size. I see now all the other people who are in exactly this combination of job title and company size and industry and what tools they are using. And then I can filter it further down, or I can go down here. This is the tools that I have on my tool stack. So I could simply click, if I'm searching for something like this, I can click on Heptabase and it shows me people using Heptabase are also using, and it lists me out all the tools that they are using too. But now I can say, but what task management tools are they actually using? And I just increase here the slider to see the percentage. Okay, most people using Heptabase, using Todoist as their main task manager, but we see also TickTick appearing, Akiflow, Linear, you know. This is so powerful, and you can go on, you can hide the tools that you're already using to see this, and well, so many more things. And obviously Start Interactive Tour. Quality doesn't stop there. We have interactive onboarding and all these things inside the app. Guys, I'm beyond excited. 2026 will be a whole other game for the paperless movement and for you. Implementing ICOR in your productivity system, building your productivity system to max out the work efficiency, to free up time, to take on new opportunities, to climb the ladder, start a side hustle, or make your team more satisfied with the work they are doing in your company. Guys, this is it. It might sound like a bold statement, but let's talk 1 year from now, when more people discovered how their lives have changed. We saw it over and over again with our inner circle coaching that we did now for 2 years in a row. Each month we coached highly successful, busy professionals and changed their life with ICOR. We have thousands of paperless movement members who went through the ICOR journey, who share their testimonies to show how it worked and how it changed their life. And we think with this launch of the myICOR app version 2, It will accelerate how you get to this goal of a highly efficient productivity system. 10x. It cannot get simpler to implement this. Will it take time to do it? Of course. But that's the beauty about ICOR. You get an instant success feeling because we start with digital note taking. Just when you start realizing where to find notes quickly, this goes already a long way. You will get efficient the moment you start implementing ICOR. And here we are talking about the ICOR certification. This really means productivity excellence. You might don't even need this to be happy in your life. And it is enough already if you are able to organize your knowledge so you quickly can retrieve it once needed. Perfect. We have the solution here, but we also support you all the way until you reach the finishing line of your productivity system. So guys, with this, if you're a lifetime member already, this is coming. Be prepared. You get this for free as we always did with our lifetime members. There's no additional charges in the future. Even if we extend this, even if we add more resources, anything like that, you won't get charged again. So it's really worth, and I mean it, to join now before it's too late. Because once we reach 2026, you will say, what the heck, why didn't I pick up this offer? Because this is literally insane. Guys, I'm so excited. I will go back now into refining this thing for you. So I catch you up inside maybe.